Hey guys, and I can say that guys because I just checked my stats here on YouTube, and 100% of viewers of my videos have been male, or at least in their profiles they've identified as male. So hey guys, first day of sun that we've had here in Portland, Oregon in probably 8 months, and instead of being outside working on my tan or cutting down my lawn, which my lawn is so tall right now that it's actually gone to seed. I'm in here talking about a fun little ditty from the, I think it was 80 or 81, called the Boogens. This movie is severely underrated. First of all, this is a novelization of the film. It's a movie tie-in book that I collect those as well. I pretty much collect anything that has to do with horror, if you haven't already gathered that by now. Whether it's movie tie-ins, one-sheets, UK quads, inserts, daybills, Australian daybills, press kits, ad sheets, autographs, stills. I collect it all. Anything I can get my hands on. Because I always feel like if I let these things slip by, that they're just going to end up in the hands of someone who's not going to appreciate them as much as I do. I have a veritable museum upstairs of my things that I've collected over the past 30 years, and like I said, one of these days when I actually get a camera that is not built into my computer, I will do a tour of that and show you some of the pieces that I have in my collection. But getting back to the movie, this is a severely underrated film. In fact, going through YouTube, I couldn't really find any reviews on this film, so I thought I would do my own. Because there's so little on here, I'm going to assume that a lot of people haven't seen this movie, therefore I don't want to give too much away. So this is going to be a very short covering of this movie, because I literally don't want to give anything away. It's, as opposed to a slasher movie, which everything else at the time that was coming out was a slasher movie, this was kind of more of a good old-fashioned monster movie. And I think it was very effective in its delivery. There were some key scenes in there that just had me, glued to my seat, and did fairly well at building tension. The atmosphere of the film was great. The acting was somewhat above par for a lot of other movies coming out at the time. It stars two lovely ladies from previous fairly well-known horror movies. Wendy, the infamous, the mega bitch of all horror movie female victims from Prom Night, the one in the red dress who, in the famous chase scene towards the climax of Prom Night, I think she was my first crush. And also it stars an actress named Rebecca Balding, who was also the the final girl in Silent Scream. But basically these two young ladies go for a little getaway up in a cabin in a little town in Colorado called Silver Spring. There's also a mine in Silver Spring, a silver mine that had been closed for many years, and the film actually opens with kind of an old-time photographic montage of old mining photos and newspaper headlines, things like miners report attacks in mines, mine closed, so on and so on, similar to the opening sequence of The Prowler, which is in my top 10 favorite slashers of all times, and also somewhat reminiscent of the photo montage in Humongous. A great kind of way to create filler that simultaneously gives a little bit of backstory while the credits roll, the opening credits. But I have this movie available for you to watch now, full length, from beginning to end without interruption. The link is down below if you go onto the playlist. Full-length terror, and give it a whirl. It's one that you absolutely should watch in the dark, and just go into watching this movie accepting it for what it is. It's an early 80s monster movie, but once again, it's got some great atmosphere. The acting is above average for the time and for the genre, and I do highly recommend it, especially to a lot of the younger viewers who are just really discovering the joys of early 80s horror. You probably aren't too familiar with this title. I saw it in the drive-in when it came out. It was great. It was a lot of fun, and hopefully you'll get as much enjoyment out of it as I did and still do. And feel free to share, if you do watch it for the first time, feel free to share your opinions and your take on the film in the comments section below. I love getting comments from people. I don't do this to make money, obviously. This isn't a commercial venture. This is something that I do based on my passion for the genre. And I absolutely love reading your comments, good or bad. So don't worry about hurting my feelings or anything. Just be civilized. But I think that most of you should actually get at least a certain amount of satisfaction from watching this film. Until later, bye.